There's no big intro for this one. Last week we had a bye week where we had a chance to take a look at what we were looking like as a team at the halfway point of the season, and what I learned is that what we've been doing with the running game so far, I definitely want to keep going. We need to get a little bit better in the passing game, that's for sure. Brandon LaFell is maybe here to help with that, maybe not. Who knows what kind of impact he will have. But this week we face the 4-4 Los Angeles Rams. Not as good as I thought they would be. Only 4-4. I thought this was the big opponent coming up. I mean, it is a tough run of games. We've got the Rams twice. We've got the Steelers, the Vikings, the Panthers. But the Rams not looking so great at the moment. We'll take a look if that's due to injury, and we'll take a look at what kind of team they are right now, where they rank in comparison to some of the things that we do. So the only player on the injury report is John Johnson III. So it's going to be a healthy team, and we know it's a good team. So let's see what's wrong with them. Offensively, they rank behind us, exactly one spot behind us, and we're thereabouts in the middle of the table. They have a few more passing yards than us, but not a lot in the grand scheme of things. Teams have a lot more than us. They do not. And obviously a lot less rushing yards than us, because not many teams, I don't think actually any teams have more rushing yards than us right now. Only one team currently has more rushing yards than us, and as long as we get 20 yards in the next game, they won't, because they've played 9 games and we have only played 8. Points per game, we can still see the comparison here between us, because we're pretty close. We like to run the ball first, you can say that, but they're getting more points per game than us. But we're still 4-4, so I don't really know. Passing touchdowns, a lot more than us, but rushing touchdowns, we have a few more than them, and first downs, they have a few more than us. But really, there's nothing there separating us as a team right now. They're basically the same offense as we are. We have a few more yards than them, they have a few more points than us. We're about there and the same. And their defense isn't too bad either. They're, again, right around the middle. I mean, we're a little bit higher, of course, and that's exactly where I want to be. A little bit higher is actually an understatement. We're a lot higher. If we look at total yards allowed, we are 5th in total yards. Pass yards, we are, well, we're doing pretty well, but it's rush yards where we're still doing good in rush yards. We're doing a lot better with rush yards until we let one or two teams do a little bit too much of it. Passing, though, is where we've really been letting them get away with it. But it's points where we disappear out of the top, and you have to go a long time before you find us. The Rams, however, are pretty close to the top. So I really can't say much about it. They're not significantly worse than us anywhere. We're not significantly better than them anywhere. I mean, we're technically not better than them, but I would argue that we are, because we've lost a couple of close games. Obviously, I can't speak for every single Rams game, but this really is a game we should be winning considering we're at home. We're going to be doing it, hopefully, by continuing to pound the rock, but we do need to pass a little more. We do need to come to play actions a little more regularly. Regular passing as well. We need to keep leaning on Zach Miller, who will become a 1,000-yard receiver at this pace, which will be great for a guy who's missed a couple of games and is coming off the injury he's coming off. But now, let's play this game against the Rams and see how it goes. It's week 10 and we play the Rams for the first time this season, but of course we're well aware of what kind of team they are, having played them plenty of times before. But we're not sure why they're 4-4. Maybe we'll find out today, as our first drive here starts with a sack and ends with a punt, so nothing happening for us there. 2nd and 1, Rashawn Scruggs makes a good play against the run, but the Rams keep moving and they almost get a first down. But right now they're getting a lot of 2nd and 3rd and shorts, and that's easy enough for them. On a 1st and 10, they go to the 1-yard line. Alberthay stops a touchdown there. Ronnie Harrison stops a touchdown there. And on 3rd and goal, Goff gets hit as he throws, and the Rams will have to settle for a field goal. A good stand by the defense. Now the Cardinals with another chance to do something on offense, and Brandon LaFell makes, I would call it an impact, but it was a 3-yard catch. But he makes a catch early in the game and gets involved quickly. 3rd and 5 now, and Rosen looking for Christian Kirk, who cannot hold on to it. It gets hit out of his hands, so we have to give the ball back to the Cardinals, but no space there whatsoever for Todd Gurley. The ball gets turned over again, and now Langford Dawson looking to do something on the ground, picking up 8 yards with that rush. 1st and 10 at the 33. Rosen rolling out to the right, looking for an open receiver, finding his check down Fowler, who picks up the first down. It was a good pass there. 3rd and 1, we go back to the ground again, but Scott loses the ball, picked up by a lineman, and we decide to go for it on 4th and 2 because of where we are on the field with 5 minutes left in the first half, and we get the first down with Zach Miller. 2nd and 18 now. Rosen going to have to make a difficult throw here. Rosen throwing it deep downfield. It bounces off defenders into the hands of Devin Cajuste. That sets up this 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Rosen looking to pass, finds Brandon LaFell. The defender tries to make a play on the ball. LaFell is into the end zone for his first touchdown for the Cardinals, and he is making an impact early on in this game. for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 now for the Rams at the 27-yard line, and Goff with plenty of time finds Robert Woods coming back to him, and Alberthay makes that tackle. 2nd and 1, and Todd Gurley picks up the first down, makes a couple of guys miss, makes a couple of guys bounce off, and finally he's brought down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line, and Goff finds Todd Gurley again, and Todd Gurley will go into the end zone untouched for his first receiving touchdown of the game, for the first touchdown for the Rams of the game. And on 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line, with less than 1 minute left in this game, finding Christian Kirk there. 3rd and 18, 23 seconds left in this game, 2 timeouts left. Tremaine Scott gets the ball, and now from 2nd and 18 at the 40-yard line, needing to get back into field goal range, a completion to Brandon LaFell, and they will try and hurry up now and get the ball spiked, but the time is running out. 5 seconds left. It looks like they probably won't get lined up in time, and that is exactly what happens. Time runs out. Game at the half is 10-7, and the Rams begin with the ball as well. Chance to put some more points on the board. 3rd and 4, and Goff goes for his receiver, but Patrick Peterson breaks it up. Cooper Kupp not able to make the catch, and that gives the ball back without any points for the Rams to the Cardinals. Langford Dawson with a nice run there, and the Cardinals looking to take the lead on this drive, or at least tie this game up, with Zach Miller making a catch. 3rd and 5, rolling. It's Kajust, who was wide open, braces for the hit, gets knocked down at the 14-yard line. 2nd and 10, Rosen under pressure, lets it go, finds Brandon LaFell. Brandon LaFell picks up the first down, taken down at the 2-yard line. A great play there, and a 1st and goal. It's Langford Dawson who squeezes his way into the end zone past his blockers, finds the gap, gets in for 6. Now 1st and 10 for the Rams, and that's a big hit that Ronnie Harrison takes there, but he can count it as a tackle. 3rd and 4, and Gurley with the catch takes a big hit, but Rashawn Scruggs not able to get that ball out, and now Brandon Cooks, a catch over the middle, using his speed, gets to the 12-yard line, and the Rams now closing in on the end zone, getting into the end zone, where Brandon Cooks there against Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line to start this drive for the Cardinals, who are now down 3 points again, but Devin Kajust picks up a first down there. 2nd and 10, and Rosen looking to Brandon LaFell, who's he's been enjoying going to so far in this game. 2nd and 6, and the ball is being moved well right now as Christian Kirk picks up a first down on that completion. 2nd and 5, and Tremaine Scott will run the ball, but Tremaine Scott is injured on this play. Tremaine Scott will be out for the rest of the game. The pressure falls on Langford Dawson, who is stopped just shy of the end zone, but Langford Dawson's going to have to do this on his own without Tremaine Scott anymore, and he puts it in the end zone there. Usually the guy who gets the touchdowns anyway, and now on 2nd and 10, there was a chance for a sack, but Robert Woods was open, and instead Goff finds him instead of being taken down, but this time he is sacked by Shaquem Griffin, getting his first of the game. But on 3rd and 25, 2 minutes left in this game, and they need more than a field goal to take the lead. 1 minute 46 left, 4th and 10. Jared Goff looking to pass, has plenty of time, but the coverage is good right now, but had enough time to find his receiver, Cooper Kupp. Fabian Moreau was there, not able to break up the pass. 3rd and goal. Todd Gurley is stopped at the 1-yard line. It's make or break here. 4th and goal, and he finds his receiver for the touchdown. Tyler Higbee with the catch. Patrick Peterson just watched him make that play. Made absolutely no attempt to cover him. Who knows what was going on there, but the Rams take the lead 24-21. 40 seconds left in this game, and we cannot get a pass off. It's 4th and 18. Stopped here will of course stop the game, and that's a broken up pass. I don't actually understand how the defense ranks so highly in terms of yards allowed and everything, because in all honesty, the past few games we've not been good whatsoever, and the Los Angeles Rams took advantage of us here. I'll be honest, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie is not working out right now, and I hate saying things like that after a game, because it seems like we're blaming specific players. That's not the case. Josh Rosen, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 78% completion percentage isn't bad. The run game wasn't there. We didn't do it enough. It's our own fault. Receiving, Brandon LaFell, at least he, had a nice welcoming to the team. He did quite well. We also lost, we lost a guy who we lose quite regularly. Zach Miller was injured again at some point in the game. I don't think he'll be gone too long though. Ronnie Harrison got himself 9 tackles, but Rashawn Scruggs got 10. Aside from that, Fabian Moreau got 7 tackles. He was everywhere, but no interceptions, no forced fumbles, no turnovers, no anything. I think we need to make a change at cornerback. I'll be honest, I don't think Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie is up to scratch. I think it's a shame. I think we wanted to pair him with Patrick Peterson because of, a missed opportunity in the past, but it's just not playing well enough. So let's take a look. Injury-wise, we do have one new one, and it could be Tremaine Scott, it could be Zach Miller. It's Tremaine Scott, and 5 weeks out will ruin his chances of getting 1,000 rushing yards. That's a shame for him, but I gotta tell you, Langford Dawson's probably quite happy about that because he'll get a lot more opportunities because of that. 5 weeks isn't the end of the season, but it's a whole bunch of games that he won't get to play. Now we're going to finish some scouting. We're going to move on to the next week where we'll play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be a tough game. But at some point, we've got to turn this around because we don't want to do the same thing of win 2, lose 2, or lose 2, win 2, lose 2, win 2. That's essentially the rhythm we've got right now. That's not good enough. So let's see what we can do about it. So here we are, week 11, and this will be a tough game. The 8-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. They won't make it easy whatsoever. We've looked in, the ratings recently, and they're basically first in every category. If they're not first, somebody else is in there second, pretty much. So let's take a quick look at the team, see if there's any new players worth talking about. I think this counts as worth talking about. Le'Veon Bell still on the team. And Ryan Shazier back from injury a few years after it originally happened. He should be a member of the Last Chance franchise. And at right outside linebacker, they got their hands on Hassan Reddick, who of course we let go. So there's not really anything new about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The fact is, they're just very good. Always have been. So we know exactly what to look out for because we've seen it for the past few years. Let's see if we can do it with only one main running back this time, Langford Dawson. Of course, we've got some other good running backs. Chase Edmonds, CJ Prosise aren't bad. But now Langford Dawson takes over the big percentage of what Tremaine Scott would have done. And maybe he'll shine in that role. Maybe he'll go over 200 yards, which I think he's done once already. And you never know. I'm always a big fan of someone potentially breaking the single game rushing record at 296 yards. Without a doubt, this is the toughest challenge we have faced yet. A replay of the 2008 Super Bowl, and we're looking to get some revenge here a lot of years later. Well, I think at the time of this season, 11 or 12 years later, but we've got some very bitter people in our front office, and they're still mad about it. As a matter of fact, actually, Rogers Cromartie is a surviving member of that team, one of the few. But now to this game where the Steelers have been moving the ball well. A completion there to Smith-Schuster, but only for 1 yard. Second and goal, the handoff to the fullback, Nix, who breaks out of that tackle from Bosnich, but gets taken down by Atta Ochu and Jamin Peters. Third and goal, Roethlisberger finds West for the touchdown. And it was only a matter of time. They had been moving the ball very well, but now Langford Dawson looking for some space here, as he is now the sole running back on this team. Of course, we've got a couple more, but it was a pretty even split between him and Tremaine Scott. Now it's all Langford Dawson, and he's making moves here, making people miss. Langford Dawson inside the 25-yard line with that run. First and 10 now, and Chase Edmonds getting a chance on the ball. And on 3rd and 5, another handoff to Dawson, who is stopped, couldn't find any space on that one, and we had to settle for a field goal. So the Steelers leading, but on 3rd and 2, they tried to run it here with Bell, couldn't get the first down, but we didn't do anything with our possession. They get another chance here, but Alberthay, a nice stop on Bell. 3rd and 1, it sets up, and Griffin setting a strong edge there, not letting Bell get around the outside. Now 3rd and 10, Rosen in some trouble, takes a sack. So the Steelers back with the ball, still leading by 4, finding Schutz here, and it's Ronnie Harrison who can't make a tackle. Schutz now down the field. It's Griffin who finally catches him and brings him down after a big gain. 3rd and 9 now, Roethlisberger, the completion to Smith-Schuster for the first down. 1st and 10, they go play action under some pressure. Ronnie Harrison brings him down, but brings him down using his face mask, which gives him a first down. 3rd and 3, the completion to Le'Veon Bell. Rogers Cromartie cannot make a tackle on him, and Bell is into the end zone for the touchdown. We talked about Rogers Cromartie in the last game, and this is not what he wants to be doing after that discussion. And 2nd and 14, we're giving the ball to Langford Dawson again, who's been doing well so far today. Makes a man miss again, stopped just shy of the first down. But what you may have missed is that Josh Rosen was injured. Blaine Gabbert is in the game right now. Josh Rosen is out and will not be returning for the rest of the game. And on 3rd and 2, Langford Dawson picks up a first down. Unfortunately, we had to settle for a field goal. The score now 14-6, and we're in the second half. Langford Dawson taking this handoff as he finds a little bit of space, and Carlos Henderson helps him get a few more. 2nd and 10, going back to Dawson. It's all about Dawson right now, who's got a bit of space. He's in a foot race. Can he get to the end zone before being caught? No, he can't. He's pushed out at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal at the 1, and Dawson uses his speed to get around the outside. TJ Watt couldn't catch him, and Langford Dawson is in for a touchdown. And now going for the 2-point conversion under pressure, lets it go. Zach Miller makes the catch, and this is a tied game now as Ben Roethlisberger drops back to pass, loses the ball as Atuochu brings him down, and Jamin Peters, the rookie linebacker, with the recovery, with the touchdown, and suddenly we take the lead. It looked like it was the Steelers game all the way until the second half, and now all of a sudden they're down a touchdown, and they've got to bring it back. 2nd and 10, Bell is stopped for no gain, a loss of yards as a matter of fact. 3rd and 13, Roethlisberger finds Washington open for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The Steelers looking to make up for that last play, and Le'Veon Bell with the ball now loses it. It comes out, nobody recovering it. Finally Harrison gets on top of it, but unfortunately it was overturned after review. First and goal, it's a completion. No, it's not. It's forced out by Rashawn Scruggs. Third and goal, Roethlisberger looking to the end zone, but Rogers Cromartie with the interception, and Rogers Cromartie could take this one back all the way, 102 yards if nobody is going to catch him. It's not going to be the easiest race. Bell coming, but Rogers Cromartie gets into the end zone. Maybe that's his way of making up for 2008, because he didn't get a chance after that game. This really his first chance in a Cardinals jersey to avenge that Super Bowl loss that probably literally nobody in this stadium is thinking about except for me. So now the Steelers back with the ball, but a 2-touchdown deficit as Antonio Brown gets the better of Patrick Peterson. 3rd and 4, going back to Brown again, but Peterson manages to bring him down at the 14-yard line, and now Ben Roethlisberger is injured. So Josh Rosen is out for the rest of the game, and now so is Big Ben. So 2 backup quarterbacks on the field, and it's Longwell for the Steelers, handing off to Bell, who makes one man miss, is taken down. Fabian Moreau forces the ball out, and again it was overturned upon review. Really, the referees shouldn't call it a fumble in the first place here. 3rd and 13, and Bell is stopped with no chance. So the score now 28-17 as Dawson tries to find something here, doesn't, loses the ball, but manages to recover it before the Steelers defenders came for it. 2nd and 15, a completion to Zach Miller, who gets out of bounds, sets up 3rd and 6, and the handoff to Langford Dawson, trusting him to get the first down, which he does. But then just a few plays later, they decide to go for it on 4th and 1 at the 45-yard line, and somehow Blaine Gabbert completely misses his intended receiver, and it ended up almost hitting another one of his receivers in the back. 1st and 10 now for the Steelers, who are moving the ball well. It is still a close game, and there's 5 minutes left to go as Bell gets absolutely nothing on 3rd and 11, and the Steelers settled for another field goal. So now 3rd and 5, and Miller picks up a first down. An 8-point game makes it a 1-possession game. So the Cardinals will be wanting to score again here on a 1st and 10. Dawson not able to get too much. He was injured on that play, but he's back for this 4th and 2 carry, where he picks up the first down, and this will pretty much seal the game. As we lead by 11 points, the Steelers have this one chance on a Hail Mary, just throwing it up there, and it's Patrick Peterson who comes down with the interception. And now Patrick Peterson looking to take this one back at the end of the game, finding himself cornered by the lineman, and that will end the game. What kind of team are we? I can't answer that because, I mean, both teams had backup quarterbacks on the field at the end of the game, but how can we lose one week to the Rams when we're at home and it's a game we should have won, and the next week we go and we take out an 8-1 Steelers team? But I'll tell you exactly how we did it. We did it off the back of turnovers. Now, of course, in this game, those turnovers were a little bit different. We'll go straight to defense because this is exactly what won us the game. It was the turnovers, first tackles. Travis Rivers, he played a big role today, the rookie. Rashawn Scruggs did as well, but the interceptions, Patrick Peterson, of course, at the end, but Dominique Rogers Cromartie with a pick 6. It was under scrutiny. I said we may need to rethink that position, and what does he do? He comes back with a pick 6 and a couple of other good plays. And then, of course, we also got a forced fumble. We thought we had a couple of forced fumbles. We got one actual forced fumble that Jamin Peters, the rookie out of UCF, recovered, took back 18 yards for a touchdown. We got 2 touchdowns on the day from the defense, and that's definitely what helped us win on that day. But now let's take a look at the offense, where we've got some problems because Josh Rosen has a PCL strain, I think it was, which could be longer term, and pretty much no passing yards whatsoever. But that's because we rushed a lot. Langford Dawson with 177 rushing yards, 5.3 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. Now, of course, we didn't get anywhere near the record. We weren't trying to get near the record, but I knew we were going to run a lot. Theoretically, if he had some big runs, could have had it. Zach Miller had a decent time. He was the recipient of a couple of quick-fire passes when we were under pressure, but we really only just passed to get first downs, things like that. We wanted to run today, and we've already looked at the defense. We beat the Steelers. We beat them 31-20. They just couldn't hang with us. And after a solid game, we got plenty of players to upgrade, and we'll get right onto that. And that's how we end that one, by beating pretty much the best team in the NFL. If I remember correctly, they won the Super Bowl last year, and they'd only lost one game until they met us, and then they lost another. And okay, look at that, we don't have any long-term injuries. That is obviously extremely good news when it comes to Josh Rosen. And Tremaine Scott, still plenty of time till he comes back. But Langford Dawson showed he can carry the team on his own, 177 yards on that day on his own. And we're getting close to, crunch time of the season. Players who want to be winning awards have got to start stepping up at this point. That is it for this week. We win a very important game, or rather a very big game. I don't know how important it is, because, well, to be fair, we can make the playoffs, so it is important. We win a big game, and it may take us a step closer to the playoffs. It may take us a step closer to just getting a worse draft pick and not making the playoffs. I don't know if we're ready to go anywhere in the playoffs anyway, but that's not the point. We always try the best we can at this point, because this isn't a rebuilding franchise, this is a last chance franchise. We're giving people second chances, doesn't mean they're bad. That is it for this video.